Welcome, everybody, to an episode of GazerForged. Welcome, everyone. We're so excited to have you. Mr. GazerForged, how are you doing this week?
Hey, how you doing, sir? Having a good
Uh,
week?
so far, it's okay. I think I'm coming down with a cold. The last few
Oh
nights,
no.
you can feel the drainage in your throat and you stuffed up at night. Like I've been sleeping with like Vicks on my feet and on my chest and sucking down those cough drops like they're going out of style.
Anytime I have a cold starting, I go through that like day or two of like cold denial where you're just like, no, I'm fine. It's just a little
Right.
sniffle. It's my allergies. I'm
Yes.
cool, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's his allergies. I'll be fine. The next thing you know, you have the man cold and you're laying on the couch and you're like, I'm gonna die. I don't
Uh,
think I'm gonna make it. Oh man, that's so funny. So as we welcome in people here, kind of start off with would you get anything cool this week? Start off with some
yeah,
pickup.
got some new cards.
Ooh.
So I don't know if I showed any of them on stream, so I figure I'll show all the pretty ones.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got here. They're kind of all mixed together, but it's kind of a mixed bag of ones from Star Wars Nerd, Pop, and Tony. So
Sick.
let's see, we got this
Oh,
Padme gear
that's a
card.
sick Padme gear. Woo!
Yes,
Woo!
love that one. We got a mini diamond.
Ooh, that one's cool. Is that a Rancor?
Yep, I think the finale from Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, sweet.
Got this one, also mini diamond.
Heck yeah, dude. That's a cool one. I like the generations picture there.
I can't remember what year this one's from, but I just thought it was dope.
Oh, dude, that is dope.
Yeah, I got that one off Star Wars Nerd.
Really, anything
This
Vader
one,
is so cool.
I got this one for ICC Con to get autographed, the high tech.
Bro, sick. You're not gonna
Yes.
find a marker to go with it.
Yeah, I got an orange one already picked out. And then this one just came today from Pop. The best part about it, so it's a numbered reflector, aqua, but the best part
Okay.
about it is the number it is. So there's the
Whoa.
and the most famous number in all of Star Wars.
66. Execute order 66. Yeah.
And then these two I've had. I don't know if I've showed them yet on stream, but I got this numbered Obi-Wan. It's also
that's
aqua.
sick. That's cool. That's cool. I like it.
And then this was the first card I ever bought off of Tony. So it's a celebration card.
Oh, dude, I love that mall. I've seen that sitting on his desk, dude. That's sick.
Yeah. Like I think it was his first stream he did on Whatnot, and like it was in his store for 15. I'm like, dude, I'm grabbing that. That $15 credit gone right away.
Dude.
And then also, which I'm starting to fill up a binder, guys. It's happening.
Whoa, he finally started one. Dang.
And then when we get to it, once Andor gets here, we're gonna do probably a watch party and everything with it. So in preparation, since I did that weathering of that N1, I found this guy from Rogue One.
Ooh.
It's got a little mini Cassian in there.
Heck yeah. I like
so
it.
I'm gonna weather that all up and make it look like it's had a few bad spins and
yeah. I like it.
Get her done.
Got a few people in here tonight. We got Mr. Star Wars Nerd. Welcome,
hey.
sir. Obi-Wan Kenobi coming out with the quotes and stuff. I love it. Love it.
Always.
I think CF97. What is
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I ended up getting some stuff from Andor, more like Anbor, and made me snore. You know what? I think season 2 is going to be a lot more fun.
Well, it's going to be sad, so it has to be.
Right. So I got some stuff from Battle Packs. I got about 4 of these little guys here. Some Lego
I love watching him rip the minifig ones. It's all
I know. It's kind of fun. This little rebel scum. Love it. We got the red Sith Trooper guy.
That one's pretty sick. I like that
It
one.
is. Of course, you got to have Darth Vader.
Nice.
And then Mr. Akbar in
It's a trap.
It's a trap. I love it. And then my main pieces came in, and shout out to Mr. Battle Packs. I don't know if he's watching or not, but dude is a legend. And
He is.
I asked him to do this for me, and he was gracious enough to do it. But he printed off these bad boys for me.
That's so sick, dude.
So I'm gonna get this one framed up, and then if I ever able to meet Tamara or Daniel Logan, I want to have them sign it. So
That's the best thing about Galaxy cards. They're literal posters. Like they're just.
Yep, 100%.
I that's why I can't resist them.
Exactly. Yep. Ken Collects in the building. How are you doing, sir?
Hey.
Where's your usual comment? Dang, no invite. Love it. So I got also a couple cards from him, and one of them,
nice.
I'm thinking about maybe getting signed because I think it'd be fun. They're from the Phantom Menace. Bargaining with Watto. I think that would be a fun one to get signed.
That's a nice one.
Yeah,
I got a Watto one actually from Battle Packs on the way to get signed.
Heck yeah. Where's the other one? I thought there was another one yet, but maybe not. But if Jake Lloyd ever gets out, I'm gonna keep this one because if he ever gets out and does cons and stuff, I would love to have him sign this one.
Nice.
So
That one's dope.
There it is. We got Average Asia. Hey, how's it going?
Howdy.
Welcome. Appreciate all 6 of you in here. That's what I'm saying. Where's my invite? Must have got lost in the mail.
It moves slow.
It does. Take it from somebody who works for the mail, for the post office. Chris Forth, I just stopped by to say hello. Still receiving from Sunday and getting ready for Friday.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's Friday.
Well, must be Battle Packs is doing a Wednesday night stream too, but I wonder if he's getting ready for a Friday night stream.
Oh.
Friday night. Maybe he actually has some some will to hold himself off for only a couple days a week, you know? Something I don't have.
He's a busy man. I don't know how he does it all.
Oh, it's good to see everyone in here. We got all 5 of you in here. So one of the things that we wanted to do, and I'll let you introduce him here, is maybe talk a little bit of lightsabers. So go ahead, Mr. GazerForged. I'll let you.
Yeah, we wanted to start like a segment where we kind of just have some people come on that maybe have some knowledge about maybe lightsabers, like sound fonts, like board customization, all the stuff with like all the like things you can do with lightsabers. This guy, like I talked to him a few times on Instagram. He's pretty cool, pretty knowledgeable, like as far as like you know, putting the blade styles and stuff together. He's said he's just starting to work with Profi, and he has a whole bunch of lightsabers to show off for us. So we're going to kick off this little segment here that we have for the beginning of the show.
All right, here we go. Our new intro for the segment. And welcome to the stage, Mr. Darth Barris 13.
Lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight.
I'm sorry, I had to do that.
No, it's all good. I love it. That's why you're here.
My name is Darth Barris, otherwise known as the Southern Skywalker on Instagram. It is great to be on here. Gazer, thank you for having me on. Kyber, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely.
No problem.
Absolutely. I love your little yarmulke up there with the Star Wars on it. That is so cool.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
To start out, this here is a master replica's 2007 Luke A&H. Now, you're probably all wondering, wait, why are you showing me this when Gazer just advertised him being a Profi? Well, that's because this is a Profi. I had it sent out at first to be converted to RGB, courtesy to Breezy Sabers, but then I had it sent out to a guy named Light Blue Sabers on Etsy, and he had it converted to Profi. And this was back when pixel blades were still kind of not as durable, but now they have really gotten a lot more durable, and I'm really happy about it. So I'm playing A&H Training by Kyberphonic.
That looks good. The sound in there too is good. Did they have to update any of the soundboard and everything with it too then?
Yes, you do. When you load in a blade style, you load it in from I'll turn it off. Also, it comes with gesture control, so switch. When
Nice.
when you update oh my god, well, great. Now my Instagram is blowing up. So basically, you go with Profi, you go onto a site called FET263, and that is how you are able to update your Profi. So basically, for example, there's a whole section dedicated to rotoscope blade styles based on like those from the movies. And what I did was I took a basic one that's modeled from the original trilogy. I applied a light blue, like Dodger blue, because that's what the color of the blade was in A New Hope. And from there, you copy it when you make the preset, and you put it onto the config file that is located on your computer. From there, you load up what's a software program called Arduino.
Okay.
And basically, sorry, this is annoying. I gotta mute this.
It's all good.
Gotta love technology.
And basically, you have to load it in and make sure everything is exact on the config file. Otherwise, you get an error.
Okay.
So Profi involves a lot of programming. It can be a little bit tedious. And even if you get a Profi Saber, you don't have to mess with the files on it. You could always just leave it as it is. They're still pretty cool. So, but yeah.
That's cool.
But,
Yeah,
go ahead, Carter.
I've got into like the folder swapping. Like I'm still a little intimidated about getting in there and start like messing with that config file, but like I feel comfortable at least taking the memory card out, sticking it in my computer, and like taking one folder out, putting like another folder on. Because I think like that theory pack, I swapped out the Tuscan Terminator for like the Annie 3 Kyberphonic font. And then there was those 3 like general battle fonts that I think I made them Qui-Gon, Rey, and like Mace. So like the folder swapping I can do, but the board stuff, like I appreciate you getting in there, but man, it is intimidating.
Yeah, with SNV4 and with Xeno V3, it's much more easier to drag and drop because all you need to do is just keep them numbered. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And it's definitely easier. And if you like that sort of thing with having an app, it definitely helps. But yeah, but in addition to the standard fonts, there's also custom ones. So, for example, if I wanted to show off, this is Project Stardust, also by Kyberphonics.
That's
so
cool.
Basically,
I love that one.
Basically, to put it to you guys, ever wondered if your lightsaber can just be like the Death Star? Well,
Nice.
That's cool. I like that.
and so forth.
That's cool.
And it can also play music. So, can you hear that?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
that is legit. Oh, that's sick. I like that.
Man, that just makes you want to run around a corridor in like a cloak.
Right?
Exactly. There are Obi-Wan Kenobi. You asked, are there any Spaceball fonts? Yes, there are. There are so many out there. It's ridiculous. Each one is unique unto its own. But the ones I have are by Juan Sith, who I've also done some collaborations with in the past, including a Five Nights at Freddy's font.
Oh wow!
Dang.
And there are definitely some funny ones out there, including the okay, I said across her nose, not up it, and so on and so forth. But in addition to other fonts and basic sound fonts, there's also different types of blade styles besides what I just showed you. So, for example, how many of you have in the comments have seen Star Wars Visions?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So let's take a look at those. So hold this down.
Select preset. I'm Luke Skywalker. I am a Jedi. Han Solo. I'm Captain of the Millennium Falcon.
That's cool. So as you turn it, it changes.
Yep.
That's cool.
Now this is pod racing.
I like that one.
That's a great one. I love that one.
I'll just show this one. This is called F1 Racer. It's also by Kyberphonic. And it's
Ooh.
inspired by the pod racer, but it sounds like a Formula One racer.
It's so cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Which is part of when they got the sound for those pod racers. That's part of what they did is got Formula One racers and different things kind
Mhm.
of jammed and meshed
And from a
together.
history standpoint, pod racing was inspired by the chariot races from the days of the Roman Empire, the Circus Maximus.
That's why they had that one shot in episode 1 where they're all coming at you, because it's basically that Ben-Hur shot, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's see.
Know what you will become.
This one is
Nice.
based on the sun. I'll show that one later.
Leela Court.
Baldur's Gate, the talking sword. Basically, I call it the Deadpool 2.0 font.
That's cool.
That's cool.
So this is the font from also by Kyberphonic. This is based on the Masked Jedi from one of the other episodes,
Okay.
The Village Bride.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Sweet.
In case you can't tell, it's yellow.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yellow doesn't like showing up on camera, but yeah, it's really cool when you get to see it like in person.
So yeah,
That's sweet.
This-
So
sorry.
go ahead.
So this is the one I wanted to show you. This is Kare's font from the Twins episode.
Okay.
Not sure if you can see, but one half of the saber is purple and the other half is blue, just like in the episode.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. That's cool.
All right. You want to say something, Gazer?
Yes. So I like to, anytime we have someone on new, we also like to ask them some just kind of basic questions about Star Wars here, just to kind of see where they land. So easy questions. First question, favorite Star Wars movie?
That is difficult because each one, the way I see it, is that each one has their own distinct personality. Do you have the crystal bleeding effect on that board? You're going to ruin the surprise, Star Wars nerd 00.
We'll get back to it. We'll get back to it.
Back to it. Okay. Each one has their own specific place in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Especially for me. But I would have to say, out of all the ones I would have to love, I would have to say for me it would be Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, because
Okay.
2005, 20 years ago, I was about 10 years old, and I begged my parents to go see that movie. I don't want to plead the fifth. I could have told I begged my parents to go and see it, and I literally almost caused a fit. And I mean, I'm 10 years old. What 10-year-old was a Star Wars fan who would want to see Star Wars? And keep in mind, this was when Star Wars when they announced the rating was PG-13. There had never been a Star Wars movie that was PG-13, even though technically from the rating standpoint, the entire original trilogy could have been PG-13. Return of the Jedi should have been PG-13, considering the Princess Leia bikini thing.
Yeah.
But I would say it has to be Revenge of the Sith, because not only because of how epic the duel was, but because of how, looking back on it, it was much more balanced than Episode 2, which was very heavily dialogue centered. And basically it was basically a combination of how episodes 1 and 2 played out. There was some funny little shenanigans. It's R2-D2. He's gonna wreck the entire place. He is a menace.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was the dialogue and as well as the action sequences kept it in check while not straying too far from one or the other.
Yeah.
Also, the duels between Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen and Palpatine versus CGI Yoda were still some of the greatest that still hold up even to this day. And not to mention the fact that when the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Count Dooku, Christopher Lee actually couldn't spar in any of those scenes because he had a doctor's note because he couldn't lift his arms up.
Yeah.
So clearly, that was CGI. All the dueling between Count Dooku and all those close-up shots, that was CGI.
Yeah, they had someone actually do the dueling part, and then they just CGI'd his face, Christopher Lee's face onto it.
All Christopher Lee had to go do was or something like that. So literally, when people see when I look at all the CGI that is coming out with some of the stuff that's on TV shows and and movies, they look great. They look great, but the fact that no one could tell that Christopher Lee, that Count Dooku's arms moving were CGI, that is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
ILM, hats off to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
they do some great work over there. Obviously, they kind of revolutionized the movie industry. The next question that we like to ask is, who is your favorite character?
Well, like I said, there's a ton of them out there that are just incredible, but I would have to say my favorite is Revan from Knights of the Old Republic. And the reason why I
Good
pick
choice.
Revan is because, look, through life, you make a lot of difficult decisions. Some of them you can regret for a long time. But with Revan, he did what he thought was right when it came to going against the Jedi Council and fighting for the Republic against the Mandalorians. Yes, it drove him to the dark side. And that, when it came to discipline, that was on him. But ultimately, it came from a place of caring for others that was code and essential to the Jedi. And even after he fell to the dark side, after finding the Sith Emperor off in the unknown regions, he was able to break hold and basically be able to try and forge a path, even though it was one that was not really understood. And look, during the KOTOR game, you had the option of going dark side and basically saying, screw the Jedi, screw everything, I'm getting my revenge. And honestly, you wouldn't be mad too if you had your mind wiped. Nobody likes to be mind wiped. But I would have to say that with Revan canonically choosing to go back to the light after everything, it just says a lot about how he is willing to look past the wrongs that others have done in order to do what is right. Yeah. And ultimately, and then it gets all screwed up when you bring in the Old Republic video game. It's just like,
yeah. So just a few minutes left here, but how many lightsabers do you have?
A lot. I rebuilt my collection after college. I originally had 4 lightsabers from Ultra Sabers. Yes, I know Ultra Sabers. It was back when
Best company ever.
I had no idea how good lightsabers were, and it wasn't until the end of my college days that I started realizing, oh my god, these are amazing. So yeah, but just for everyone, a quick peek. That's my wall.
Oh my.
Oh my
And I have
goodness.
a few that are out right now. For example, I have an Anakin Skywalker 2005 master replicas and a Yoda 2007 master replicas that are getting converted to Profi. And I also have a bunch of hilts by X-Tech that are getting not converted, but rewired, because let me tell you something. When you buy lightsaber hilts from directly on AliExpress, you run into the I'm pretty sure that's a good assessment. Pretty sure. I wish I had 2 more appendages. But basically, basically, when you buy directly from the manufacturer, you run the risk of getting a board that is not properly wired, and that can result in the wires corroding and sparking. And let me tell you this, a lightsaber being on fire is not as appealing as it sounds when describing.
Yeah, don't want that lightsaber on fire.
But really quickly before we end, can I show off the blade style real quickly?
Oh yeah, sure, dude.
This is my Cal Kestis lightsaber. It's an X-Tech. It's with the Jedi Survivor version, so let's turn it on. Yeah. And it has an accent piece at the end that allows it to be, so let's turn it on. Just really quickly.
That's cool. Sounds good, too.
Pretty dope.
The speaker was updated by Breezy Saber Works. He's a great guy. So let's see that.
Select preset. Magenta. Ninth sister. Marin. Oh.
Dagon Garrett.
All right, here we go. So this is Dagon Garrett's font. This one I got from Juan Sith. So let's turn it on. If you can't see, it looks white, I know. But now, so basically, with the help of Brian Connor, who is the premier guy out there for converting fonts to other formats. So from Xeno 3 to Profi and Golden Harvest and so on, he was able to convert the one that was by the blade style by Stefan Cortosis, another blade style guy, from blue to red to yellow to red. So observe.
Oh, that's sick.
That's cool. There's Star Wars nerd. There's that bleeding effect you were talking about.
Yeah, I haven't seen it with the red to yellow. I've seen a few do the red to blue. I haven't seen the red to yellow.
That's cool. I like that.
And,
Star Wars nerd says
to
that's
turn
so
it back,
sick.
all you need to do is simply hold down again. And the crystal is purified.
That's cool.
That's
Heck
all
yeah.
it took. We didn't need Darth Vader at all. You just had to push a button, and he would just went right back to the light.
Yeah. basically, this is the effect I have. The blade style I have running on this one is a more modified one.
Okay.
There is a version where if you activate it before you turn it on while holding down the button and twisting it a certain way, you can basically mimic the effects like how Osha turned on the saber after she bled the crystal in the final Acolyte episode. But this basically, what's cool is that you can when you buy the font for this, you can drag and drop the sound effects for the Kyber bleed effect to other fonts. And you have when doing that, you have to be sure with Profi, you make sure that you have the exact number of font and that exact number of sound files in that font. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So,
Okay.
for example, if you need to have like 5 boot sounds in each font, and 5 or like 20 clash sounds in each font, and so on and so forth. So, there is another version. Like, for example, if you get Anakin Skywalker's version from the Ahsoka show by Kyberphonics, it's not Kyberphonics, from Quan Sith. He has a blade style that was made for that sound font, and it's also on FET263's site.
Okay.
And
Nice.
basically, all you do is just, while the saber's on, hold down the button, twist it over, turns to red.
That's cool. Heck yeah. Well, Darth
Sweet.
Barris, thank you so much for joining us.
It was awesome, dude.
It was awesome. Thanks for
Thank you for having me on. And
yeah.
I certainly look forward to another opportunity to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell people where they can find you real quick.
You can find me on Instagram at the Southern Skywalker. I am also active on the Facebook Lightsaber community board pages. If you guys are on those, they're all run by different groups. There's the Universal Lightsaber community. There's Vire Sabers. Just basically, I just enjoy being able to talk with you guys and and impart knowledge. And look, I'm still learning. This is a journey that you never really are a fully expert at. Even if you are an expert, you are always learning new things.
Right. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you're not learning something new every day, you're doing something wrong. So
yeah.
But thank you so
Except
much
me,
for joining us.
I'm perfect.
All right, GazerForged. Don't listen to him, guys. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Darth Barris, it was a pleasure meeting you. We'll definitely have you on again. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Good night.
All right. Well, that was good, man. That was fun.
Yeah, that's fun. Gotta love learning
heck
about lightsabers.
Absolutely. Yes. Lightsabers are, I mean, the crux of our whole
Wouldn't be here
deal.
without them, I don't think.
Right? Yeah. So we got another guest coming on here. So I've been trying to get some people on here who may or may not have gone to MegaCon this weekend, kind of tell us about their experience and what that was like. So I saw this person posted some pictures and stuff with Theory and Pop and Tony and some of these guys. So I wanted to
Kind of curious who you got.
Wanted to bring them on, and we'll see what happens. Everybody give a huge warm welcome to Miss Brick Creations and Collectibles. How are you, Bricks?
Hey, welcome.
How's it going?
Good. I love the Ahsoka stuff. She went and she came back with all Ahsoka.
A theme.
I love it.
Yeah.
Theme.
And she's got a Theory shirt on.
I already did have the bag. I
Okay.
did purchase the jacket there, and this Theory shirt, I completely forgot to wear it there. And Theory had the exact same shirt on, so I felt stupid. Like, I was like, what's wrong with me? I could have had the exact same shirt as him.
You would have been twinsies.
Exactly.
Wow, I
No,
can't
but
believe you.
it was a wonderful experience though.
Okay, so did you go the whole weekend or?
Just one day.
Okay, so what day did you go? Was that Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Okay, so tell us about. I mean, take us from beginning to end. You wake up, you're getting ready to go to MegaCon. What are the feelings like? I mean, you've been there before, I think, but like,
I have
right?
not.
No, you have not. Okay, so
That
this
was
is
my
even
first
better.
experience.
Brand
This is even
new.
better.
Yeah.
So take us through, like, you wake up, you're like, today's the day. This is so cool. Like, take us through the whole day.
Okay, so I had no idea what to expect. I had gone to a smaller convention back when I was like 18 years old. And it was like a really tiny little thing. And so I've heard a lot about MegaCon, and I've lived in Florida for about 8-9 years, almost 10 years. And I was like, what's wrong with me? Like, I need to go and experience it. So I was like, okay. Thursday, I did my research. Thursday, I know it's like half a day. So I was like, I don't want to go half a day. And I know the weekends get crazy. So if it's going to be my first experience, let me at least go one day just to feel it out, to see how it goes and what's going on there.
Yeah.
And so we chose Friday. My husband and I chose Friday. And it was actually his weekend on Thursday. his birthday on Thursday. So it was like a birthday gift for him plus an excuse for content for the channel.
Nice.
So it was wonderful, and he was happy. He was like a little kid, and I was like,
Win-win.
And yeah, so we woke up in the morning. We were getting ready. We were like beforehand. We were like, should we cosplay? Should we just go regular and be comfortable? We went comfortable, and as soon as we like get there and park, we didn't get lost. We found our parking spot pretty quickly. And we get out and we see everybody getting out of their vehicles in their costumes. We were like so in awe of how people got into it and how unfortunate it was that we didn't do it. And so for next time, for sure, we're going to try to do something. And as we walked in, I had our badges already. So we like skipped the lines and we just went in, and that place was packed. There was like a lot of vendors. I didn't know where I was going. I knew they had like maps and everything beforehand, but like I've never been to like something that big. So we got in and we just like, let's just roam around the aisles and look and see what they have. And I really wanted to see Ashley Eckstein's panel. I didn't get to go. But I did go to one of her, she had like two vending areas to sell her products from her universe. So I did get her jacket. And yeah, I was in line to go see Theory, so it was almost time for the panel, so I had to decide, do I want to stay in line for Theory or go see Ashley Eckstein? And so I was like, I'll stay with Theory, because I was in line for like 2 hours already.
Dang.
And Tony was there already, and Tony's my cousin, if you guys don't know already.
Is he legitimately your cousin?
I didn't know that either.
Okay, I didn't know that. I saw you posting. I was like, are they real? Is that real?
It's real. Legitimately, we are blood. He cannot escape that truth. He cannot
That
escape
is
that
awesome.
reality. So yeah, I'm very proud of him. Like I am in awe of my cousin for real.
That's cool. That's
Like,
really cool.
I look up to
cool
him
dude.
a lot. He's such a hard worker.
So what was it like? Finally, you're up. It's your turn next. Theory's talking to whoever he's talking to. You're next. Like, what is that feeling like? What is the feeling like when you actually meet him and say hi? Like,
I was
freaking
like
out a little
freaking
bit?
out like crazy. Yes. Like I'm like 4'10", right? No, 4'9.5". So here I am in line, and I realize like I'm gonna come up to him, right? And I'm like nervous, and I'm like pacing back and forth a little bit. I'm like I'm freaking out, and I was calm the entire time up until I almost got to see him. I'm like I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. Oh my gosh! Calm down. Calm down. And then I just like strolled up, and we started talking, and he is the most like down to earth, humble guy ever.
It's awesome.
And he like looks at you in the eye and he has a conversation with you, and
That's
it's
cool.
not just about okay, the next person. No, he actually tries to connect with every single person that's there, and he takes his time.
That's cool.
He takes his time. So it's like when you're in line, yes, it's a long wait, but that's because he takes his time with everybody. And I
That's
love that.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
That's cool. So did you buy a
That's
saber
good.
from him?
I was too broke.
No.
Did you pick up anything cool?
He picked up the shirt.
Just the jacket. The shirt
Okay.
I had before. But,
Oh, I didn't know the shirt he had
Okay.
the shirt before. Okay.
but I had
Okay.
the jacket.
So what'd you ask
It's a
him?
dope
What'd you
jacket.
talk to him about?
Actually, I wanted to thank him for being so genuine and real in his channel, because I've struggled a lot with I've just had a lot of people be negative around me in my lifetime, so I've struggled to be. I'm such a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where in the past I had made myself sick trying to just please everybody.
Yeah.
So I got to the point where okay, it's either my health and my well-being or nothing. You know what I mean? So I had to choose. Okay, am I going to be true to who I am, to what I love, my passion, like the stuff that I'm into, or am I going to just keep down this path and letting people, just toxic people, be in my life? So I just thanked him for setting that example. And as I was watching, I told him as I watched his videos and stuff, it made me kind of like click. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it because I love it, because I enjoy it for myself. And that's how I decided to start my YouTube channel. My cousin has just inspired me as well to continue doing that. And as we were talking, he just like we just paused, and he just looks at me. He's like, "You're such a calming, soothing person," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm crazy. Like, there's just no way
You
that
are
that's
Bricks.
me."
You are like fun to talk to and calming and soothing to talk to. You are genuinely. You're a good talker, a good communicator.
I'm crazy. No, no, but he was. It was very, like, it was just really cool.
So what did he say to all that? Did he have some good advice for you?
No, he's like, he was very like, he's like, doesn't it feel wonderful to be liberated from all that toxicity? Like, doesn't it feel like a relief? I'm like, yes, of course it does.
That's awesome.
And then he was like, no, you just be you. You have to do what you need to do you. And I was just happy. Like,
You didn't tell him your
makes
buddy
sense.
was on his stream for 10 minutes, did you?
I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're
was
fine.
just like,
I was just joking.
No,
Okay.
well, I had Tony take a picture, and then Tony was like, "That's my cousin." He was like, "What?" He was like, "Freak." He's like, "What? That's your cousin?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, she's so sweet," and I'm like,
Regarding
"Stop it!"
regarding Theory Sabers, Tony didn't steal you one. Hashtag not a true cousin. I would agree.
Oh man, he can't do it. He can't do it. I know where he lives.
Yep. Tony is not a true cousin, or she would have a saber to talk to us about.
Well, he did give me a saber, but it wasn't a Theory saber.
So that's probably before he was sponsored, though. So let's.
Yeah.
So what else did you do at MegaCon? Like, what were some of the other cool things that you got to see and do?
I did go to you know the sorry, the 501st Legion.
Yeah.
I
kept
saw their
saying,
area. It was
Yeah.
sick.
That was fantastic, guys. Like, I spent half my time there, for real.
Did you get to
Yeah, I
see
saw
Darth
that
Vader
walker
and all
they
that?
had like.
It was insane. I
Did you
haven't
get to
posted
see
any
Darth
pictures
Vader?
of that. Yes, Darth Vader was there, and I think he got a free saber from Theory.
Wow.
I think he was just. I was like right there when he gave it to him too.
That's sick.
I didn't take any pictures. I should have taken pictures, but like,
What are you
I think
doing?
I was just like in awe of the whole thing. I was like, I think he was like so just massively impressed with the suit that he's like, man, you gotta have the saber with that.
She is taking in the moment, okay?
Exactly.
She is. She is. It's all good.
Oh, I completely forgot. Hold on. I got him to sign my bag.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, sick.
I smudged it on accident.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
What?
I told Jinx he owes me a Coke. Because we said the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's awesome.
So, yeah.
That's sick. Well, that's exciting. Bricks was super excited. I was like, oh, I gotta get her on to talk. I saw your picture. I learn something new every day. We just talked about that. Tony's your legitimate cousin. That is wild.
New piece of lore that we just got laid down there.
Yeah. It's legit. I promise it's legit. It's
awesome.
it's his uncle and my dad. They're brothers.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
He can't escape it.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some more videos of yours coming out. Tell everybody where they can find you at, Bricks.
You can find me on YouTube, Brick Creations 77, or just Brick Creations and Collectibles, and also on Instagram by the same name.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for coming on and sharing your. Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to get you on here more. Absolutely.
Hey, whenever you guys want, if I'm available, I'll hop on. So
sounds
awesome.
Good. Appreciate it. Have a good night, Bricks.
Guys. Peace.
Oh man, that sounds like
that was a fun little surprise.
It was. I got another one on here.
Lining them up.
I am. If that's okay, I hope you don't mind.
No. Go for it, dude. This is awesome.
I love talking about the MegaCon.
It's like mystery guests.
Yes. Who's on next? I love this. So we'll bring our next guest on here. Mr. Ken Collects. How are you, sir?
Hey, Ken.
What's up?
How's it going?
It is going. How you doing, guys?
Oh, not
pretty
too
good.
shabby.
How about yourself?
chilling like a villain.
Heck
Nice.
yeah. So how was your MegaCon experience? Did you go the whole weekend or just a couple days or?
I went Thursday, Friday, took a break Saturday, needed that break. And then I went again Sunday.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. Any sweet pickups from there?
This is one. It's pretty dark. Let me turn on the light.
Oh,
that's
bro.
sick, dude. Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. Wasn't a fan of the
Dude.
show, but I was a fan of his character, so
It looks freaking awesome, dude.
yeah. Got
That's
to
sick.
meet Manny, the stranger. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool. Got his auto. Need to frame it.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely my favorite part about that show.
Yeah, his character has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of potential to go forward with something and make something happen. I didn't like the rest of the part, being honest, but
Yeah.
that was
Mhm.
pretty cool. Got this little art piece.
Oh, that's really cool too,
with
dude.
Bounty hunters. Dude, because I just got
Yeah.
my here, I'll show this. I just got this from Battle Packs.
That's nice.
Boba is my favorite character, always has been.
Yeah, mine's
Nice.
always been Cat Bane and the Bounty Hunters,
Okay.
and then Bosk.
Heck yeah. I love it.
Got that. Went to the Ashley panel. Got this.
That's a cool one.
Sweet. I saw Pop's video today that you had
Yeah.
an extra one and you gave it to him. That's sick.
Yeah, hooked them up with one. So I got one of these. What else I got? Got some packs I put away, and then I haven't pulled them out yet, but got
Oh,
Oh, that is awesome.
that is sick.
I got Pop's Hot Toy.
That's cool.
It was funny because I used to live down in South Florida. Now I live in Orlando. And one of the stores that I used to frequent a lot was in the show. And I was like, yo, what's up? And he was like, you used to go to the shop a lot. I was like, yeah. And then he was still like doubtful. And I named all his other employees. He was like, yeah, you used to go to the shop a lot.
Yep.
When
That's
I was
awesome.
on my Funko days, which was pretty fun. So he gave me a good deal, couldn't pass it up. Negotiated a little bit, shook on it, and got the palps. And then let me see if I don't lose power. And this was the last one, which was pretty cool because now it's kind of complete. Kind of missing one, I think. Got Ashley.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
dude.
awesome.
Got Ashley, so I wanted her on green. Green was pretty nice. And that's the first
Yeah.
color for lightsabers. So
Yeah.
now I got Matt, James, Ahsoka, Ashley, and Sam Witwer. So I'm missing Bradley D. Baker.
Heck yeah, dude.
Dude.
That's sick. Did you go and meet the theory team at all, or?
I went by. I don't know why, but I wasn't not that looking forward to meet Theory.
Okay.
He was pretty cool to see him around, whatever. And I was like, oh, there's Theory. Seeing on YouTube and seeing his stuff for a while, but I didn't want to make the line either. So he had a line every day.
Yeah, that's what I heard. His line was out the door.
They had Tony working for sure. They had Tony working.
Working.
Oh, believe me, I give props to Tony. I think he was standing there all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Line and moving people back and forth.
I know. I just like to tease Tony because he's fun to tease.
Yeah, he's fun to tease and give him crap. But yeah, I went to the Theory booth a couple times because he was right by the food court area.
Okay.
So he was right there30 hanged out with Pop for Thursday. Yeah, Thursday I hanged out with Pop pretty much
Heck yeah.
half
Nice.
almost half of the con, and then on Sunday I hanged out with Pop pretty much the rest of the con, around 60% of the con.
That's sick.
Dope.
Yeah, had a good time. Saw a lot of people. Um, a lot of good deals. A lot of rare stuff was there.
Awesome.
Yeah,
like
from
one
some
of
of the
Pop.
videos I've seen, I like from Tony and Pop, like there's some pretty sick stuff there.
Yeah, like I got to hold in my hands the on Friday, which was pretty crazy. The first appearance of Batman on a comic book.
Oh,
So
Wow.
that was pretty cool. Got to meet we made so many deals around Instagram and whatever, me buying for him or him buying for me. And finally got to meet him in person. He was at the con. So I
That's
had
sick.
a quick chat with him. But it was amazing. It was fun. The the wrestling was fun too. That surprisingly, I'm not a big fan of wrestling. I'll watch it, whatever. But it was funny.
That's awesome.
It was really funny and amusing. It was very entertaining. A lot of lightsabers, a lot of good stuff. Sad that there was not many Star Wars person there, actors or whatever. Um, got to see the kids from afar from Skeleton Crew. Was not looking forward to getting their signature or whatever, but got to see them there. Looked pretty cool. Neil was pretty like happy and whatever, and Gigi
Yeah.
one time you could see it.
That's awesome.
They're pretty energetic the whole time. But you guys should come next year. MegaCon is a blast.
We'll
It-
see.
it-
We'll
yeah,
see where we're
maybe.
at. I'd love to. I'd love to be at
It looks so
MegaCon.
much fun.
It
Yeah.
does.
It is fun. Hotels are like right there. If you guys need a ride, I'm more than available. Whatever.
Heck yeah. I appreciate that, dude.
For
Heck
sure,
yeah.
for sure. Anytime.
Nice.
Like it was. I bet it's good. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody at ICCC.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun.
Same, dude. To see you and GazerForged and Pop and Tony and all these guys, like battle packs, like it's gonna be sweet to see all these guys.
Yeah, it was gonna be a blast. And today, I found out I didn't know too much information about Rebel Scum,
Yeah.
Hmm.
that con.
Yep.
I think it's the second year they're doing it,
Yep.
and they're already getting like, I saw the first year and they got like really good people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was like, I might think about going about this one and attending. And then
I think me and
looked.
Nerd are going this year.
Who? Sorry,
Me and Nerd are going.
you guys are
Star Wars
going?
Nerd.
You
Yeah.
guys are local?
Star Wars nerd, you know I'm
up in
going there to see
Ohio,
you
but
too,
it
brother.
looks dope, so I'm going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was really thinking about it. Then I looked at the dates, and August 8th is my wife's birthday. I was like, I immediately texted my wife. I was like, you want to trade birthday dates? Like, you take my date, I take your date. She's more like even though we're from an island, we're from Puerto Rico, she loves winter.
Mhm.
And my birthday
Interesting.
is December 30th. So same as King James, LeBron James.
Dude,
Uh,
mine's the 22nd. December
22nd?
birthdays. Yeah,
Nice,
December
nice.
birthdays. Heck yeah.
So I told her, you want to trade birthdays? She was like, I'll think about it. So I'm thinking about attending Rebel Scum right now. They had really good names last year. Really, really big people. Both Mando's doubles were there.
Yeah.
Brendan Wayne.
Ahmad Best was there too.
Ahmad Best. What is it? The girl from Omega is going
Yeah.
Yeah.
this year. Ayla Sakura went last year.
Roger Christian is going to be there.
Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of good people. I was like, maybe Texas. Sounds like fun. Sounds like a
Yep.
lot of fun.
I know GazerForged put me down as his like secondary press pass person. So if he gets it, I was like, if you
You
get
kind of
it,
gotta go.
I kind of have to go
At that
point.
point, you're forced to go. There's
Yes.
like no no's for an answer. Like at that point, you gotta go. You have
Yep.
to. It's a must. But I didn't know you work for the post office. That's wild.
Yeah, sir. Yep. Deliver mail.
I worked for the post office like for 6 months.
Okay. Carrying mail or
Yeah, I was a
okay.
carrier.
Heck yeah, dude. What do you do
It
now?
seems like an intense job.
I'm not gonna diss on the job because Gazer still works there, but
Nah, it's nice that I'm full time. So I have like a day off every week plus
That's
Sundays.
good.
I have like certain rules and stuff that they have to abide by. But when you're a part timer working there, they walk all over you 7 ways till Sunday.
yeah. And I started for a little bit. I'm retired military. So
Thank
I
you for your
didn't need
service.
Yes, thank you for your service, sir.
thank for your support. Knock on wood. It wasn't a necessity for me to work, to put it like that. Not bragging or anything.
Right.
I don't want to sound like that, but it wasn't a necessity for me. So I did it for a little bit. Then they started taking a lot of my weekends away. I was like, nah.
Right.
I didn't retire for you to take my weekends away.
Yep. When they say part time, it's not part time. Like you are working full time hours or more.
Yeah, and then
Asterisks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sundays they have Amazon Sundays,
Yep.
which is goddamn wild.
Yeah. I was on Sundays because usually they try to do rotation, but our CCAs were so short-handed that for 2.5 months worth of Sundays straight I worked.
Oh no.
I was like, nah, I'm over this.
Yeah, no. So stop doing that. And I have back surgery, knee surgery, chest surgery, finger surgery. So I had my memo that I didn't do walking routes. So I pissed off a lot of managers and whatever whenever they send me to another station. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing a walking route. You either give me a driving route or I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So on my last day, I put my 2 weeks and they sent me to another place. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing a walking route. So I walked out. I was like, all right, dude.
Dang.
The lady
You
kept
took your
yelling
walking
at me.
route.
Yeah. The lady kept yelling at me. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need this.
Yeah.
But
that's
now
wild.
I work for a. Isn't the okay? How do I put this? It's like a contract under a three-letter agency.
Okay. Cool. So you do be like behind the scenes, like desk work and stuff, or
more in the field.
Oh, okay, cool. Heck yeah. That's
It's a
sweet.
secret badass sitting over here.
No, don't think it like that. No, not at all.
Every morning he wakes up, he walks out with the gun on his side, the aviator glasses, chewing gum, like, yeah.
No, not at all.
Starts his day walking away from an explosion in slow motion.
100%.
It's like it's a contract that works under a three-letter agency that works for the state. So
gotcha.
But
it's funny you stayed with the federal government.
Well, whenever fun fact, whenever you work for the military, you could do what is called a buyback.
Yep.
So you work for so many years in the military, and then you transfer your federal years into another federal organization.
Which I tell people that for the post office, like, you know, you can get your years bought back. You can retire early within 10 years.
Yeah. So I did 11 years almost 11 years, 10 years and something months in the service before I medically retired. So I did a buyback. I was gonna do a buyback with the post office. That's why I try to work there and make it work. Fun fact: Ken isn't wearing a hat. And but yeah, they didn't work, so I went to another place, and they're making it work. So it's way more fun over here than over there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Too late, nerd. I beat you to it. Before that comment posted, I switched my hat. I knew it was coming. I knew it.
I saw you doing it, and I was like, either someoe's already said something or it's coming.
I know.
I don't
That's why I
have a-
switched it.
I don't have a hat in here. Oh, my
Welcome,
hat's there.
Artifix Sith.
Our artifact is always about making sure everybody is uniform.
Sounds like the military. Goddamn. Everybody has to be in the same uniform. But yeah, it was fun. Gave a lot of packs away. Gave about like 15 packs away to little kids.
That's
And then
awesome.
MegaCon, I told Pop, and he was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, just if I see a kid with a random Star Wars shirt, I'll give him a pack or whatever."
That's sick.
So,
What packs were you giving out?
the one from the flag box, the
Okay.
black one,
Yeah.
that has the.
Oh, you're
picture.
not making it rain with Galaxy 24 packs out there.
I don't have it like that. I don't have it like that. People think I have it like that, but I really don't.
Yeah. Look at Gazer over here with this hoodie. You know it.
Yeah, it was apparently a running joke between Pop and his girlfriend. I was like, "You're rich, you're rich." I was like, "I ain't goddamn rich. I gotta work to earn a living."
That's so funny.
But yeah, it was fun. Had a great time. Really, can't say it enough. Really excited for ICCC and meeting
Same,
everybody.
It's going to be so dope, dude.
I'm so excited to meet Star Wars Nerd and Tony and all of you guys. And did I mention Star Wars Nerd? Yeah, I'm super excited to.
So everybody's gonna be there. It's gonna be fun.
I'm excited for the con. Don't get me wrong, because it's gonna be my first con ever, and it's an all Star Wars con. Tony's I'm jealous. It's gonna be a great con for you to go to. So I'm excited for all of that. And
It's your first con?
It's gonna be my first con. But I told Tony, I'm also excited just for the after hours stuff, because we're all gonna be in the hotel, the after hours, room sales and just chilling, and it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. I was pretty pissed when I was talking to Pop on Sunday. He told me Bricks was there Friday. I was like, "Nah, I didn't get to meet her. She was around and I didn't even see her or whatever." But it was busy. It was busy. But yeah, ICCC is gonna be a blast. For now, I'm running solo. My wife, I don't think she's gonna go. So I'm gonna run it solo. Gonna have a blast over there. Have some fun. Probably gonna bring some packs for everybody to open and crack and whatever.
Heck yeah!
Nice.
Were you able to get a room at the conference center?
Yes, I did.
Sick. Those went fast.
Yeah, I had to stay 5 minutes down the road.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Usually when they went on sale and when they went live, I immediately grabbed one.
Yeah.
And I was looking at yesterday. I was looking at plane tickets to fly. It wasn't that expensive. The best option they gave you luggage was Southwest. They gave you two big ones and a carry-on.
How far of a drive is it for you if you were to drive it?
I was talking to Pop. He drove and he said 11 hours. I was like, I'll pass on that.
So me and my artist that does all my logos and stuff, he's coming with, and we're driving. So
from where, if I may know?
From over by Omaha, Nebraska. It's just under 12 hours.
Oh, I thought my drive was bad. I got 7.
Oh, that's cake.
Yeah.
For me, I drive almost 12 when I go to Wisconsin, so I'm used to that type of drive.
Yeah.
But the other thing is I'm bringing my big 2018 Expedition, so if I buy a bunch of crap, at least I'll have the room to bring it back.
Yeah.
So I did tell Tony though, Ken Collects, kind of like you offered. I'm gonna try and time it up with. I don't know if you're flying in Thursday or what.
Yeah, I'm flying Thursday.
Okay, for those who are flying in Thursday, I'm trying to time it up as best as I can, where me and my artist get down there and maybe pick whoever needs to be picked up from the airport.
Nice, appreciate that. I'm picking up a rental.
Okay.
And just having a rental. One of the perks of the job, they give you discounts on that. So
there you go. Heck yeah.
One of the perks. So
I have that. NALC app thing for the post office, and they do
Yeah.
that kind of same thing where they.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this until about 2 weeks ago. My union steward was telling me this, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't know about any of this.
Yeah, they gave us a code for Avis. They have like a contract under them,
Oh, sick,
so we got like an employee code that we could use to do that.
sick.
Because they give us cars and everything
Yeah,
Nice.
for work. So
that's sick. Yeah, I'm excited.
it's gonna
to
be
meet-
fun, man. I'm ready. I can't wait for May. Like I was so eager. I was like during Christmas. I can't stress it enough. I was so eager. I was like, man, MegaCon is like around the corner. Let's go. Like
Con
let's
season.
go. And then it happened this past weekend. I'm like, yesterday, Monday, I was like down on the low after a big high.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, I got nothing to look forward over the weekend. Like it's St. Valentine's Day, and I was like, yeah, go out to eat with the wife and my son and have a good time. But there's no cons, there's no anything.
So what's funny is I had originally thought about going to, there's a con in Kansas City, which is like 3 hours from me. And even to now, they haven't really announced anyone that's like, yay, you know. So Star Wars Nerd and I end up canceling that and decided to go to ICCC. And so when we decided to go to Kansas City, I was still a CCA and the vacation board was going around. So I put in vacation for it. Well, then by the time we decided not to and the vacation board got done, I was a full-time employee. And so I was like, okay, I got to take this vacation back. And I was like, okay, May 16th through the 18th, let's look. And I'm like, well, hot dang, that's my long weekend. I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I was like, I took the 2 days before and the 2 days after. I was like, this is nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I was
that worked
thinking
out.
about going to Japan. We were gonna go as a family trip, and my wife and I. But with this new job, I don't have many hours or whatever, so we made it. We move it to the right, so we're going to Japan next year as a family trip.
Heck yeah, dude.
But can't wait for that announcement when they announce Florida. We're going back to Florida, so maybe they do it this year or the.
I think Tony's right.
2027.
I think they're gonna wait till 2027 for the 50th.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like it'll be there for the 50th.
I think they're gonna do it here on the 26th, and the 50th they're gonna do it back in LA because all
Maybe.
the changes they're doing with Disneyland and Star Wars over there. I get pretty pissed because we have yearly passes, and they do so much stuff in Disneyland that they don't do here. Like we don't have no more Star Wars night. That ended in 2019. They don't do it no more here.
That's dumb.
They don't do like the characters. Some of them they don't come over here. Like they having Luke over there with R2D2.
Yeah,
We don't get that.
Star Wars
Still messed up.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yo, battle packs. I was just showing, but here.
Y'all gotta talk about battle packs. I need some prints.
Heck yeah.
Is that like cliche? That's how you call it?
The prints?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I just sent him the picture and was like, hey, can you print this? And he was
Does that sound
"I
any
got
better?"
you." No.
Choppy.
No.
Yeah.
Mm.
Readable but choppy. How we used to say in the military.
Well, how's that?
Battle packs. I just sent you something on Instagram.
That any better?
No.
Choppy.
Mm.
We got your double year, triple year.
But it was fun. Yeah. Trying to make it fun. Trying to I'm really looking for the only thing I don't do is drink. I don't drink no more.
That's fine.
But I can still have fun in other ways.
Heck yeah. I don't drink a ton. I'm more of a social drinker. Like if my buddies and I, like if we get together, like we'll smoke a cigar and have a couple beers, you know?
I used to do cigars a lot with my father-in-law,
Yeah.
but no longer smoke cigars. Didn't smoke anything before, but don't smoke cigars anymore or drink.
There you go.
Water.
Heck yeah.
I'll get drunk on water, drown on water.
Heck yeah. I love it. That's what
Does
I
this
got.
sound any better?
Nope.
Choppy.
Nope. I can't fix it then.
What are the technicians say? Plug it in, plug it back in.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Well, yeah, that was pretty much.
I'll just be nodding my head a bunch tonight.
Okay, sounds good.
But it was
But yeah.
pretty much that's pretty much. Haven't got anything. Well, I'm getting Cody tomorrow. Hot Toys Cody.
Heck yeah.
Just closed. That's what I was doing in the room. Just closed on a deal for Commander Fox. So.
Heck yeah, dude.
And pre-order Commander Wolf. So.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, dude. Like you said, we keep saying it, but so excited to meet everyone at ICCC, man. I think ICCC is gonna be lit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Hopefully, I could fit a lot of stuff to sell or to bring or to give away on the rooms and whatever. And yeah, definitely looking forward to meeting everybody and having a blast over there.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, we'll have to have you on again and talk more collectibles, maybe rip some packs. You know,
definitely. Next time, hit me up. I got not much to do. I pretty much work from home every day.
Heck yeah.
And sometimes I go out and have some fun.
Yeah. Oh, Outpost says sounds like the communications between X-Wings and the Rebel base on the first attack on the Death Star. I love it.
No communications at all.
Right? I know. But thank you, sir. You have a good night. We'll let you go.
All right, have fun. Take care. Stay safe.
You too. We'll do. You as well.
All right.
I'm going to assume it's my poopy internet.
It could.
I'm
be,
in like a concrete hole, so it's.
Hey,
it is what it is.
Kyber Nerd says try going into audio settings, select default, unplug your mic, plug it back in, then select your mic in the settings again. Thank you to all 9 of you, by the way, sitting in here. This is awesome. We love doing these, talking about Star Wars. And
how's that sound?
Better.
Any better?
Yep, yeah. That is
We're
better.
just on speakerphone.
Hi, that works perfect. Perfect. Love live troubleshooting like Anakin on the pod racer. Yep, just flick a couple switches and
couldn't find, an open cockpit with the right speed capabilities.
Yeah, right. Couldn't find a speeder I really liked. Oh man. Sorry, Master. I forgot you hate flying. I don't mind flying, but what you're doing is suicide. Oh man, appreciate all 11 of you in here.
Yeah,
this is sick. I have a couple other people that I'm waiting to hear from. Maybe get some stories. Oh no! Everyone send up a quick prayer for Mr. Rick Pop, the bounty collector. He's sick. So Tony was sick.
Oh no!
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people coming back from MegaCon sick. I just think there was some germs floating around there.
I think so. I can't really right now. I said at the beginning of the stream, I actually am coming down with a cold. So all my voices that I normally have, like I have so much stuff stuck in my throat, I can't really do it right now.
It's a tame Obi-Wan right now.
It is a very tame hello there. That's about the best I can do right now. So, oh man, it's cool to listen to those stories at MegaCon. It makes me so excited for ICCC. Convention.
Absolutely.
It's a real thing, bro. It's awful. Yeah, dude. That's the one thing I'm looking forward to.
It's just everybody that's going to be there, and then all the people they keep confirming. It just sounds so much fun. I can't wait to go.
I'm looking at the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 creator combo I have this DJI. We talked about this gimbal. But as I'm watching Pop's videos and stuff and Tony's videos, I'm like, man, just thinking about it'd be so much easier just to have the Pocket 3.
See, I just bought one, and I bought a generic one, so We'll see how it was like the hominin or whatever.
Like a camera, like a
Homie.
vlogging camera.
No, it's a gimbal. It's like one of the stabilizer ones.
Yeah,
Like it's.
that's what I have.
I just got it in the mail.
I just don't want to use all my phone battery up too. I know I have some battery packs, but
Yeah, it's one of the ones that has like the stabilizer thing. So it. Oh, and it has a remote.
look at that.
Cute.
Isn't it cute? Brick says, thank you for having me on, guys. I appreciate y'all. Absolutely. It was great to see you. Great to
Absolutely.
have you on. Absolutely.
Always fun.
Bricks, you went into hiding on Friday. Sick hoodie gazer, of course. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Where were you there? Of course, I was there. Yep, Bricks was in hiding. Oh man.
Invisible brick.
Right. All right. So we're gonna get to as we wait, we'll get to another portion of our deal here. Our Discord question of the night. So, if you had to choose between two of your favorite characters being erased from all sorts of media, which would you choose? Are we talking Star Wars characters here, nerd, or are we just talking
I think
characters
he's
in
saying
general?
all of media, so I think it's any characters. So should we start
Okay.
with like saying our two characters first, and then? So who would your
Yeah.
two characters be first?
Just in general, like any
Yeah,
any character.
anything. Yeah, not just Star Wars.
Okay. My two least favorite would probably be Green Lantern and Superman.
Well, no, I think he's saying like your two most favorite in all of fiction. You have to pick, and then you have to eliminate one of those two.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
So who's your like two most favorite characters? Period.
Boba Fett and Batman.
Now, who disappears forever?
I know I'm a Star Wars channel, and I'll forever love Boba Fett. I think I'd have to choose Boba Fett, and
Yeah.
I would continue on with Batman.
So for me,
That's
it
a
would
tough one,
probably
though. That is
be-
so. Oh, that's so hard.
Yeah, Sophie's choice, man.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, it would be for Star Wars. Like, there's a lot I say that are my favorite, but if I'm just going to pick like a favorite in general, it's probably Vader. I mean,
Yeah.
So and then Vader, and then probably Spidey, and you know, I had no problem watching Spidey disappear once. So, see you, Pete.
Yeah. Sorry, that was the incorrect choice, Gazer. I'm out. Whatever, man. Now, yeah, that's just hard because I don't know.
Yeah, because
it's a hard choice.
you're just like, well, yeah, sure, let's just do that, and then you're like, then I can't ever read Spider-Man ever again.
Yeah. Batman over Fett, understandable. Thank you, Ken. Thank you. Finally, some support. I appreciate that.
That'd be a great versus, though.
Ooh, yeah. The bounty hunter versus the.
Now, it would have to be the
Knight.
very first time Fett met him, because if they met before, Batman wins easily. Because
Yeah.
Batman's always prepared. But if
Yep.
they never had seen each other ever, then Fett stands a chance.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I just like. Yeah, it's so hard of a choice. I hate this kind of choice. Ugh. Man.
Never a fun one, because you're like, all right.
Batman will murder Fett any version of Batman.
Snap.
Dang. Ken coming in hard with the Batman. I'm starting to like Ken a lot more.
I mean, honestly, like I said, Fett stands a chance. I didn't say Fett would win. But I don't think there's a universe where Fett actually wins. The only opportunity he has as if they never met before.
Yeah. Outpost says that was a tough choice, Gazer. Good on you for sticking to your batarangs. Thank you. I have to go where my heart leads on that one.
He just has that signal just up there all the time.
Yep. In fact, I actually have up here above me, I have a big Batman like painting of the Batman symbol.
I thought you were going to tell me you had like a legit Batman signal, and I was like, please tell me when you light that, you just stop and.
No, I sit here, look like I'm thinking, and all of a sudden I'm.
Oh yeah, do the Keaton.
Yeah, that's on. Yeah. Says he beats the Man of Steel. The Man of Steel. Oh,
do you bleed?
Right? Do you bleed? Superman sucks anyway. He deserved it.
All versions of Superman sucks except for Injustice Superman.
Injustice.
Don't
Superman.
mess with him.
Yeah. Yep. Nah, dude, I'm a big Batman fan. If I could, I would get up and grab. I have like a stack of comics of Batman that I still read. Like,
I mean, I'm a huge Batman fan too, but I think Spidey was there first, so I'm probably pretty high on him. And I know, I know a lot about Batman, but Spidey's probably next to Star Wars, like any other character that I just know an insane amount of stuff about. I thought it was just hilarious how I'm midway talking, like how much I like Spider-Man, and then push my glasses up on my face.
See, that's the way it feels like for me with Batman. Is like I know my Star Wars, but the very close. I mean, it's like with like Empire and Revenge, right? They're like 1A, 1B. That's the way it is for me with Star Wars and Batman. It's like 1A, 1B. Like I love both of them so much.
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, those two characters have the best rogues gallery in comics, like Spider-Man and Batman. Yeah. Like, their villains end up fighting other heroes because the other heroes don't have nearly as good of villains.
Right.
So,
yeah. Injustice Superman sucks just as much as Dark Empire. Brick says, after Star Wars, I like Star Trek. LOL, maybe. Bricks, get out.
It's okay. He's just a little upset. He just got finished reading his favorite book of all time, Darth Plagueis. He loves it so much. It's his favorite book. He loves it so much more than Darth Bane. He can't put it down. I think it's just the 80th time he's read it.
Right.
Yeah. He says Darth Bane's like just nothing compared to Darth Plagueis. In his own words. That's his own actual quoted words.
Yes, yeah. He'd rather read Plagueis than Darth Bane for sure. Speaking of which, that's a good segue. We're going to get into our book club here. For those of you, oh no,
you trying to fight, Kyber? You trying to
fight? What? I was just over here reading your favorite book.
That book sucks. I mean, it's good, but it's not the best Star Wars novel to ever come out like everybody makes it out to be. No. If I want to see Palpatine rising to power, I can watch The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith.
Dude,
for a book called Darth Plagueis, it only focuses on him for like 10 chapters, and then it's the Palpatine story.
Dude, that is hilarious.
It's the old switcheroo, man.
Bait and switch is illegal. Get out of here.
We're on here talking crap about him and that, and next thing I know, I just see him like populating. I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
That was great.
That was hilarious. Oh man!
See, I was just waiting for you to start dropping stuff in chat. Even better, got to drop you right into the
right.
See, that's the beauty of me and Gazer sharing a StreamYards is I can just crash it whenever somebody wants to start fighting words.
Dude, and I can crash his too. About your favorite book.
I love it.
Yeah, just like how freaking Dark Empire is my favorite sequel story.
Exactly. Yes, you love Palpatine clones.
Rick says them fighting words. Ken collects Star Trek.
He loves Star Trek.
All right. So since we have Nerd here, let's go ahead and let's jump right in to the GazerForged Book Club. All right, y'all. I gotta know what you guys think of Darth Bane and the first 10 chapters.
Awesome. Fantastic. I mean, he's pretty much what you want out of a Sith Lord. Like, just he strives to be better. He knows that passion is the true way of unlocking his power. And yeah, the first 10 chapters are just dope.
They are. So let's start off with kind of take this in chunks here. So let's talk about like the beginning, right? He's on Apatros. He's a minor. Like, what stood out to you guys in those first couple chapters where we kind of get to learn about Dez?
Instantly like gets into a fight with another minor over a jack and bites the dude's thumb off like what 10 pages in, like
Yeah.
Spits it
Gets
out.
filled with rage and just like goes at it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like not just any dude. It's his dad's friend. Like,
Which to him is just as bad as being his dad. Like,
yeah.
Which is
So yeah,
crazy.
like that's a great place to like start it because it just, I mean, it's a desolate wasteland. Everybody's miserable. Like it's just a terrible place to live, and it's exactly where you would want somebody to start like this kind of dark journey at. Like,
Yeah. See, I love the part in here, and I even wrote this down in my notes because I was like, man, I need to remember this. But like when that happens, right? Dez is pretty worn out because he's been going for 6 hours. That friend knew what he was doing and didn't, and right. And so they're on the ground, they're wrestling, they're trying to gouge each other's eyes out, all this stuff. Well, then it says that the friend went to gouge his eye out, and he turned and hit his cheek. And it took him a second, and he recognized what he was trying to do. And so he went to do it a second time. And it says that Dez became filled with rage and basically started using the Force unknowingly. And he knew exactly where the next attack was going to come from, where it was going to land, and what he was going to do. And so, like, and this has happened in a matter of seconds. And the guy goes to do it again. And he turns and opens up his mouth and like crunch and like bites through the tendons, like everything. Like,
which is crazy because in real life you can actually bite through another person's finger like you're biting through a carrot. Your body just won't let you do it to yourself.
right.
yeah, because what does he say? He's like, he felt like he could bite through it, and almost as if he willed it, he did, and then just snap right through the finger.
Yep, 100%.
Can we talk about how messed up it is that they'll suspend you from working and then add to your debt that the amount of time that you're not working? Like,
yes.
What?
You know, I'm never going to complain about my job again because I don't work for the Oros company.
Right? I know. Dude, yeah. That was wild. And then not only that, but his dad dies, and they're like, you know what? You're going to get your dad's debt too.
Yeah, like
That's
I mean,
like-
that's also
Dad's,
like
like,
real world stuff.
Built it.
Yeah.
Because Dad's been building it for years. Like you know, he did it on purpose because he hates his son so much. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'm dead now. Take this. Like, you get my entire giant debt because I've been getting drunk and gambling for the past 20 years.
Dez is the bane of his existence.
Yep.
100%. 100%. So we get this picture of Dez in the first like 2 chapters and who he really is and what happens there. And then we kind of move on, and he bites the finger off. Now he's got to wait until that person can go back to work, until he can. And he decides to go play some cards with some Republic soldiers and stuff. Let's talk about that scene, because that scene has some funny stuff in there. I like that.
Dude, I gotta say, re-listening to it, that whole cantina part is like, I think it's like 2 chapters or something like that. My favorite chapters out of the 10 that I re-listened to. Like,
Yeah.
dude,
so
just
much fun. Like there's so many characters at play, and they're like you have kind of the older like military people that are trying to see if they can get inside Dez's head to see maybe they can recruit him, and then you got like the loudmouth drunk ones that are just something's coming with them, but you're just like, how far is this going to go until they probably get pushed too far?
Yep, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. And I love too that like he's sitting there talking to what's his name? Gorsuch? Not Gorsuch.
I can't remember the names, to be honest with you.
And he's sitting there talking
Yeah, they all have hard names to remember.
and like he's sitting there watching the game, and like just his ability to like analyze the situation. Grossage, that's what it is, yeah. And he says his ability to analyze the situation, like he's sitting there watching them all play, and he goes, "Okay, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You suck. You suck. The commander is pretty good. He knows what he's doing. He runs the table." Like his ability just to like within a few minutes just recognize and analyze. And then yeah, he sits down at the table and after someone loses, and dude, then we get to this whole talk, about the Republic, and you can serve the Republic. And if you serve the Republic, but that's great, but you still owe your debt.
So messed up.
Everything that you earn goes back to Apatros, like so screwed up, and Dez is just like, I don't really care, like at least about either one, like I think the Republic and the Sith are a lot alike, and they try to do a lot of the same type of thing, but in a different way. So, like, what's the difference? And then go ahead.
I think too, like he was just doing such a he literally demoralized like that entire like troop of like men in like a matter of minutes. Like they were all high and mighty. They were certain like, oh, we're gonna get this little like minor kid to come like join our Republic, and like within like 5 minutes they're all like they have their heads down, and then they're just like, I hate this man. Like
one even stands up, right, and kind of goes after him, and the commander has to look at him and like tell him to sit down, like so then they end up getting into this game of cards and sabacc, and they're playing, and I love like the strategy that Dez has. Like the first little while, few hours, he's kind of gauging people, seeing where they're at. Then he starts just absolutely obliterating them, right? And then he realizes, well, I want the sabacc pot. And so, he starts playing this long game of like, okay, I have the ability to lose right now because my main focus is that sabacc pot. And so he kind of goes on a losing streak of sorts. Ends up getting into a draw out with what's his name? One of the other Republic.
They never call him a name. They just call him by his species. They call him the
something trooper. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Did they just say Republic trooper?
Well, it was whatever species he was.
Yeah, it was his species that they called him. But was it the Trandoshan?
Let me see if I got it written down here.
That sounds about right. I didn't really take any notes because I re-listening to it.
You've read it so many times at this point.
Yeah.
I think it is the Trandoshan.
So yeah, and they both what is that hand called that they get? The
array, the Jokers or something like that.
The No Man hand or something like that, or the Joker hand.
I think it's like Joker's array or something like that.
I just know at one point they call something. They're going around. They're like, "Oh, there's 2 idiots on the table," and the first time
the idiots array.
Because I always thought that they were just talking about the trooper and Dez. Like, oh, there's 2 idiots at the table. No. The second time listening, I'm like, oh, they're talking about the cards.
Yeah.
Basically, sci-fi Jokers is pretty much what it is. Like,
Soupsty in the house. Appreciate you, sir. But
Hey,
yeah, so
welcome.
they do the idiots array. They both realize they both have idiots array. So the Trandoshan lays his down, starts laughing, thinks he's won, goes to grab the pot, and Dez is like, I don't think so. Lays down his. So they end up doing a sudden death draw of the cards with the robot. And
They went for a while with that one too, didn't they?
Well, and the crazy part was too that if like because of what Des did, neither one of them win unless one of them gets this very specific hand in the like overtime. Like 'cause-
You got to hit 23 exactly.
yeah,
yes.
yeah. If you don't get that, then nobody gets anything. And that pot they were building the entire night was for nothing.
Yep. Yep.
And
So
what
they-
was the other thing? Like after you've spent so much, you don't even get like that money back. Like just it all goes right to the corporation. So he was just
Yeah.
going so much money like he was spending.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and then they both play this like last sudden death hand, and Dez ends up winning. And then you have the Trandoshan, obviously he's half drunk, just throwing a fit, throwing things, calling him a cheater and stuff. And then you have Groshik stands on the counter, fires the 2 shots in the air, and tells everyone to get out. Dez goes to leave. He's like, everyone except for you stay here. And really, he was protecting him, obviously, because he knew that that Trandoshan wanted revenge.
Yep.
So he stays there. He gets a couple drinks.
Yeah,
from
and no,
Groshik.
and I honestly,
Oh, Kyber died.
He gone.
Somehow Kyber disappeared.
Right. Will we get a somehow Kyber returned?
Eventually, maybe. Didn't Han win the Falcon?
Oh, there he is.
I don't know
Okay.
if it was idiots or
my internet, my internet went out. I got back on the Wi-Fi. I think I'm good now.
Okay, cool.
Somehow Kyber returned.
Hey, I'm like Sidious.
That's awesome.
You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and ban you from the studio.
Yeah. So keep going with you. What you're gonna say?
Oh, I was just talking about like I really love like Grosek as like a character because he's kind of that early like mentor figure. But they obviously can't focus on him too long because like Des has to kind of disconnect from that entire life. But yeah, just like the party starts talking about like just feeling like all that rage and you start getting a hint like, oh, Des is just like really, he just naturally has the dark side running through him. Like basically
Nerd.
the entire like thing was because he pretty much pushed all the dark side energy into the room.
Yeah. Nerd, that was a beautiful switch. I love that you had to make everything.
I
just
didn't even
noticed.
notice. Seamless.
He switched out his book behind him. Now we all have the Cinema Alchemist behind us.
Oh, guys, we're like brothers.
I love it. So then we end up having this scene where, he waits for a little bit, goes out, ends up getting attacked by those guys in the dark, ends up stabbing the Trandoshan through the throat or chest. It was in the chest with the vibro blade that he had. But it was cool too in that one. He talks about how it was to him, it was glowing so he could see it. But then he realized after it was all said and done, like, this is just a regular blade. This isn't like, so he ends up going back to Groshik. Groshik agrees to get him off world, but he has to join the Sith army. And so he ends up getting off the world. And I think that's the end of, was that chapter 2 or chapter 3 that he gets off world?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, actually, yeah, it ends at 3 because 4 picks up like a few years later.
Right. So a few years later, we pick up. He's part of the oh my word, something
Sith Army.
walkers. The
Gloom Walkers.
Gloom Walkers. Thank you. He's part of the Gloom Walker. He's actually like a sergeant there. Kind of has control of a little portion of people, and you get this description that he's just like completely has kept his group alive. right? Whether to him, obviously it's the Force, but he didn't know what it is, whether it was intuition or what it was. Like he always seemed to have a knack for getting his people out of situations and out of battles. So this kind of, obviously gained him a ton of respect. They said they even had that secret like gesture that they did to each other, out of respect. So let's talk about that and talk about his run-in with his commander there.
Yeah, like I love the scene because you could tell like Dez was just irritated, but he was trying to maintain respect. So he just goes up to him. He's like, "Hey, I think this plant's really stupid." Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and the commander not picking up at all on the subtlety, just starts screaming and just kind of outs himself as a moron.
yeah, yep. We got a guest, ladies and gentlemen, to
Hey,
join us.
BP, welcome.
Yo.
How you doing, sir? You doing all right?
Yo, can you guys? Good. I'm just trying to. Am I lagging on you guys?
No,
No.
you seem all right. Sorry, I didn't see you sitting in
Yo,
there.
1 second. Oh, that's why. Boom.
BP, have you ever read the Darth Bane trilogy?
All right, hello.
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, there it goes. All right, now you guys are synced. I was hearing the audio from the YouTube video. That's why I was like, "What the heck is going on?"
You have you ever read the Darth Bane trilogy?
No, man. I'm very dyslexic, so reading's not my thing. I will listen to it though.
It's on Audible. It's great too. The voice.
The audio versions are way better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the ones with the voice actors and stuff. Those are fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude is great to play Bane.
Yeah,
He
I
does.
did Plagueis and a bunch of the Legends novels for Kenobi and Anakin, but I never hit the Bane series. I
Dude,
know it's
that-
more than one book, right?
Yeah, 3 books.
Yep.
You need to listen to
Yeah.
them, dude. They are so good. So
Damn.
good.
Do you guys? What's the best way to listen to them? Is it just
Audible.
YouTube?
Spotify has it.
You guys have a link or something?
I don't have a link. I just bought them all on Audible, so I own them.
Do you have Spotify?
Yeah.
I'll send you the Spotify link.
Oh, they read them on Spotify.
Yeah, the whole first book's on Spotify.
Oh hell yeah! All right, say less. I'm about to listen to that when I go to the gym right now.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's gonna get you pumped up too when he's filled with rage.
Oh,
Nice.
he's
No.
awesome. I literally was listening to him today at the gym, so it is fitting.
I love it.
Nice. What's can you guys give me a quick rundown? Yo, BP, those lice prints. What's G lice? What does he
No.
mean?
He was asking about these.
Yeah. What about them exactly? What kind of prints they are?
Yeah,
They're
he
just,
asked me. I was like, I don't know. I just asked him if he could print it.
Yeah, no, I used eco tank inkjet printing. Yeah,
Heck yeah.
that helps.
Says you guys still alive? Absolutely,
Yes,
Pop.
sir.
Hey, I hope you feel better, sir. By the way,
Did
Yeah.
Pop get that MegaCon sickness?
he did.
Yeah.
It seemed like a bunch of people got sick.
Pop got that MegaCon bird flu.
He did. Oh, love it. So, quick rundown. We're just going through the first 10 chapters. Just kind of talks about Dez, Darth Bane.
Oh,
the
please,
beginning of-
please. Yeah,
the
I'm down.
beginning and everything. So we
Go
got to the
ahead.
point where he ends up basically escaping off the world he's on, kills somebody in self-defense, ends up joining the Sith army to escape, and he ends up as
sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. This is the Bane novel starts when he's found, or I mean, right?
yeah,
No,
like
so well, technically, he's a miner on some outer rim planet, and all those events go down, and he, like Gazer said, he gets off world after killing somebody in self-defense and joins
Yeah.
the Sith army.
Okay, cool.
so he ends up as basically a sergeant in the Gloomwalkers Sith army. And at this time, the Sith army is the Brotherhood of the Sith. So they're all these Sith have kind of pooled their resources together, and then they have they recruit people to just be part of the main army. And so he's part of the main army. He's kind of a sergeant, and ends up not liking. He's been really renowned for getting his troops out of certain situations. He's a knack for keeping his people alive. It's the Force that's doing it, but he doesn't realize it. Like this power, this thing that he has. And so he ends up getting an order where they need to basically take this like command post, and they have another section of their army that's planning on moving in once they get the word that they've taken over this post. Well, they want them to take it over during the day. And Dez is like, okay, that's retarded because they have, these different like ships, gunships and stuff that they could just mow us down. Like we're not even like we're better off waiting until nightfall. And it's gonna take them 3 hours to move in. It'll probably only take us an hour to take this thing. Like we should be fine. Well, the main leader is like, no, that's not what we're doing. Kind of the main leader, to say the least, is a chum. And ends up Dez knocks him out and puts 2 guards on him to say, hey, watch this guy. Kind of takes over, a little bit of mutiny there. Ends up telling the soldiers, hey, let them know we took it already. So they get started on their way in. And then Dez and his team go ahead and that night go to take the base. And then we have this sick scene where Dez is with I can't remember her name, but she's their sniper, she's their Overwatch, and he takes the gun from her and he's watching all of these things and like sees like all these people. Let's talk about that for a little bit, because that scene is sweet.
Yeah, because like he asked her like to like take a look at like all the troops and like says like, can you take these out? And she's like, no, that's not possible, because as soon as I take one out, it's going to learn another one. Then that will learn
There's
another
like 10
one.
of them or something like that.
Yeah. So it's like it's impossible to actually take them out without being like found.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So he basically starts shooting them, and he gets like 2 or 3 of them within like a 2-second span. I mean, just like ba-bam, 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 takes them out. And through circumstances ends up getting flashbanged for all intents and purposes. And so like he's blind, but his Force abilities that he doesn't realize are Force abilities take over. And through the blindness, he's still able to see, almost like I picture it like a thermal scope, where he's still able to see every single person. And within
Predator vision.
Yes. And within like, how long was it? Did he take out the rest of those like 8 people? I mean, it was like within seconds, he just bam, 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 took out all of them. Like, and it kind of gives this description of like shooting a guy through a knee because he's hiding behind a box, so he falls over and then shoots him in the head, and then like it's pretty wild. Do you guys have any thoughts on that whole scene?
I honestly kind of don't remember that scene like at all, but
Okay.
I do know I do remember like him getting flashbang, but I don't really remember or really have any thoughts or anything to say like on like that part of the book.
Gotcha.
And it's cool. I mean, he's like obviously using the Force and taking people out within seconds. And these old Legends novels, oh my God. The way that they describe, like you said, shoots a guy in the knee and then shoots him in the head. Like, I mean, especially when you're listening to the audiobooks, like you get the sound effects of like bones being crushed and the shots
and the
being
music
fired
and everything.
in the flesh.
Yeah. He shoots one guy at the top of a ladder, and he's not like crazy far up, so it's like a quick fall. Shoots a guy at the top of the ladder, and before like injures him but doesn't kill him, and before the guy lands on the ground, he shoots him in through the head. Like just absolutely demolishes this guy. But so then he ends up they take this base they need to. Everything works out. But the commander that he knocked out is pissed. I mean, absolutely pissed. And
court martials him.
Yes, 100%. Spits on him, court martials him. He gets put into a hole in the ground for a while. And this is where we see the first Sith show up. And he's a Twi'lek. he tells the guards, put him on my ship. I will deal with him. And so they take him onto the ship, and he ends up talking with the Twi'lek for a little bit. And they take him to Korbanth, the Sith world. Let's talk about that, you guys, and kind of that whole scene of him talking with the Twi'lek, and then he chooses a new name for himself. So let's talk about that whole thing.
Well,
Yeah,
obviously. Go ahead.
Go on.
No, you go.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say like they have him where he's kind of being brought in. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just kind of being led into like this whole place, and that's when he's kind of introduced like to these Sith Lords, and it's very much like a test. Like the whole thing you can tell is just them asking these like riddle like questions, just kind of waiting to see how he answers, and they're trying to just kind of see if he's worthy to be tested, pretty much.
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead, nerd.
I was just gonna say, like, when he picks his name, like he thinks back to all the times his dad and him got into arguments, and he's like, "You're the bane of my existence." He's like, "Oh, I'm Bane," and
Yeah.
then everybody in the Sith Academy refers to him as the Bane of the Sith.
Yes. And I love that too. Like that whole scene where he's like, you must choose a new name for yourself. Like, and he's sitting there thinking, and he goes, "Have you chosen a new name?" He's like, "Bane. Bane is my name." Like, I love that scene. There's just so much power behind that. And you're like, dang, dude, like this dude is like embracing and destroying his past all in one.
I love that it's not even a source of power yet for him. Like, you think once he takes the name Bane that like it's going to be something that like nobody's going to want to utter like going forward. Like it's going to be like, but no, like they still like goad him and everything, and like the temple, and still like throw Bane at him as like a derogatory term, and it still isn't like, even though like he's taken that as his name, they're still not like respecting it and everything.
Right, which fuels him because they're treating it the same way his dad treated it. Right? Like, you're the bane of our existence. You're a bane because you're here, like all these different things, and it's fueling him. So he ends up, starting, he's older, and so he's farther behind than the other Sith students. But he ends up starting, reading these ancient Sith texts. And then eventually he ends up catching up to the point where like people used to challenge him at their dueling practices, but now nobody really does because he's caught up now.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I got one thing that did stick out to me.
Go for
it. I love how like all the Sith Lords are like, well, he's too old. He has no training in the Force whatsoever. And
that sounds familiar.
He's like, they're like, we should have found him when he was younger. And the Twi'lek is like, what? So we can be like the Jedi? I mean, come on now. Eventually, they go lower and lower in age to the point where they're just going to be taking infants from the families. We're not like them. And what do the Jedi do?
Yeah,
and that's something else I kind of love, the dichotomy between like the Sith Lords, where they're trying to be like a brotherhood, but they're still Sith, and they do not trust each other at all. Like there's still that animosity and bitterness towards each other, and they're just waiting for one of them to screw the other one over at all times. Like,
yeah,
they even brought that up, and I think it was the Twi'lek that was like, or no, it was like one of the higher up Sith Lords. He was like, yeah, I think so.
I love his name.
Like, he's like, we're a brotherhood. Like that's the ways of the old. Like that's not how we do things now. Like we gotta band together and stick together.
Yeah, I think it was like in the prologue or something. He says like, "You'll be bringing me like more Sith students." He's like, "You?" He's like, "You mean us?" He's like, "Oh yeah, just a slip of the tongue." Like,
yep, so good. So yeah, he ends up, he's fighting in these duels. He's practicing, it says that the trainer gave him Form 5 as kind of his main fighting style. Kind of you got like probably like a 4 or 5 page deal where it's like they talk about them fighting and training and stuff and practicing their form, and the trainer comes by and tells them to switch up the way he's gripping it, basically. And then comes the time where everyone sits in a circle and anyone can challenge anyone to a fight. Now, the swords that they used mimicked lightsabers, where they wouldn't like cut off your arm, but they would, if they hit your arm, it would paralyze it.
It's like a stun blade, right?
Like a stun blade, like you got it cut off. And it was painful. And so Bane ends up deciding to challenge a student he challenged before and lost. But he challenges him again. Let's talk about that fight and the ensuing.
At what point? What chapter are you on at this point?
8.
I think
I
this
was
is
gonna say
near
8 or 9.
Damn, so much shit happens, huh?
Oh yeah, dude, it's action packed the whole way through, dude. It's so good.
Well, I mean,
how-
Battle
how-
Packs. First chapter, he bites somebody's thumb clean off and spits it out on the
Oh.
ground. So
As expected. Only a truth Sith would.
Right? Were you gonna ask?
How many books is it again?
3.
Yeah, okay. God damn, that's a lot of information.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry if it's overwhelming.
No, I've skimmed through a lot of this, so a lot of these stories are familiar. I just don't know the details because I never actually went through the book. So I'm actually like kind of just listening, learning a lot right now.
Heck
a
yeah.
lot of that stuff is kind of my favorite because I have a Sith Empire tattoo. A lot of people always think it's like the Empire, but it's the Sith Empire.
Yeah.
So I love a lot of like it almost reminds me of like the Thanos situation where it's like, yeah, Thanos was the evil guy willing to kill half the galaxy, but to a certain point he was almost right. It's like I feel like the Sith had like thing about them. It's like, well, we just don't want to be the Jedi because obviously we know the Jedi are wrong, and look what happens. So, but at the same time, it's kind of like you guys said, it's like the Sith code is so fucked from the start that even if they do build any sort of like brothership or bond, it's a part of the Sith code. They're gonna kill each other for power.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like it's like the insect world. You know what I mean? It's like what's going on here?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the other thing is that Bane, starts, peace is a lie,
Yeah.
through
I love that
victory,
scene.
my chains are broken. Yeah.
And I love where they go to it a little later where they have that conversation because the chapter starts with him doing like the Sith like oath.
Yeah,
and
they're
then,
like drilling it into his head.
yeah, and then just a little bit later, like is it Lord Khan he's talking to at this
Yes.
point?
Yeah.
They're talking, and as Khan's like telling them different things, they relate it to each line of the Sith code, so you're like understanding like their actual belief system and everything, and how they believe the way they believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then at what? I don't want to spoil it, but at what point do they start talking about the rule of 2?
That's in the second half of this book.
It's in the
Oh,
second
it's
half
in the
of book.
first book already.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys just sold me a copy.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, that's one thing I really want to dive deep into the whole ideology behind the rule of 2 and why it became a thing. That's probably like my favorite.
Yep. Darth
main-
Bane.
Basically, what it's all about.
dude,
Is how it became a thing.
It's so good the way that it
Yep.
gets incorporated into this story.
Yes, it's so good. Like, end of book 1, you're like, oh my god, there's no way this trilogy can get any better, and somehow each book is just better. Like, no lie. Like, it's just like, oh my god. Like, Star Wars. If I could take a screenshot of all Star Wars nerds' reactions every time he finished a book after I told him this, dude, it's
Not
so
even just
good.
finishing the book, finishing the chapter, just like hearing like a certain part of the book. I'm texting Gazer. I'm like, bro, this just happened. Like, what?
What?
Yeah. And then there's the code. Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The force shall free me.
See,
Deep.
I think it was Artifact Sith asked in Kyber's live stream the other day something about recite the Sith code, and I mixed the Sith code and the Jedi code. I said, "There's no emotion, only passion."
That's hilarious.
If you're going to have one,
And what's funny is I actually have a hat with the Sith code on it, but I don't have it around me right now.
Yeah. So so anyway, he challenges I can't remember his name, the student that he had challenged before and lost. Let's talk about, like I said, that fight and the ensuing what happens after.
Well, of course, obviously, it's always nice whenever a Sith gets revenge.
I'm a big fan of revenge for Sith.
But
They made a whole movie about it.
but you know, obviously, Bane being Bane and being a Sith, he takes things a little too far. After Bane got hit by the blade a couple times.
He did. Yeah, he actually technically loses the fight again.
Yeah, that's right.
He got the crap kicked out of him. Like it wasn't close.
Right.
But then he takes it a little too far, ends up killing the other Sith, and he gets brought back before all the Sith lords, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting killed for this one." Like, it was one thing knocking out my commander, but this is a whole different
murder.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because, like I said, he loses to that guy, and you know the what happens is that guy ends up starting to taunt him, and basically starts talking about his past a little bit, starts using that name Bane again. And really just, I mean, again, he was filled with rage. Like you're gonna keep seeing that over and over again, where he was filled with rage. He was filled with rage, and the next thing you know, that guy that was taunting him can't breathe, right? And he's like choking or whatever, and he's got him. And the teacher comes up and is like, "That's enough," and he's like, "No, I will decide when it's enough," and turns and literally just absolutely obliterates the life out of him. Says he's turning purple, frothing at the mouth, like everything, like it explains everything.
His eyes were starting to bulge, like
yep. Kills him, turns to his teacher and says, "That's enough." And yeah, in his rage. And then yeah, he gets brought before the council again, and he's like, "Well, I'm screwed." Like
and he almost was until he started defending himself, and he's like, "Well, that guy was weak. If weak link in the chain is just going to cause us all to lose the war that we're pretty much winning at this point." Like,
yes.
Yeah.
And this is an important point to remember, because memories like this about the weak link are what start to eventually fuel this rule of two that comes back up.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, and then he starts defending himself. He's like, "Wait a minute, yeah, I just defeated a weak link. Like, why am I being punished for this? Like, if he was too weak to actually finish the job, that's not my fault."
yeah. Then they're like, "Huh, you know, you're kind of right."
How dare you quote our own code against us?
He ends up getting like special lessons, right? Like private lessons after the
For
student
Pawn,
lessons
yeah.
and all that.
Yep. Yeah. So I think isn't that pretty much where we left things off? I think is like right about there.
Yeah.
When does do we get into the space battle yet, or are we that past then?
We have not gotten there yet.
Okay.
No, because we haven't even gotten to
We
the fight with
continue.
Firak.
Nope. There's so many. This book is so good. Like,
Yeah.
BP, Star Wars Nerd and I, our favorite Sith of all time is Bane.
Oh yeah.
Like he's
these
so
old
good.
Republic Sith got nothing, or Vader and Palpatine got nothing on these old Republic Sith. Like it's crazy.
Well, how far? That's what I'm confused about. I thought Bane was before the Old Republic, like Malgus. And all
No,
that.
technically it's still the Old Republic, but like he's 3,500 years after Malgus and Revan and all that.
That's right. Yeah, the Old Republic's before Bane and everything.
Because Revan does the Rule 2 originally, but it never gets like adapted to anything.
Right.
It wasn't until
Way
Bane.
to spoil it, Kyber.
I thought that was common. No, I haven't gotten there either. I just knew that.
Wait, does Revan get mentioned in the book?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. And a couple of pivotal moments too. I won't spoil anything, but yeah.
Are there any good Revan novels? That I've never gotten.
Oh, there's only one Darth Revan.
Yep, there's only one Darth Revan. It's really good.
though.
Isn't that the prequel to KOTOR?
No,
And-
it's after KOTOR.
And
After KOTOR,
Thompson,
okay.
Mark Thompson voices that Revan novel too.
I need to read that one too because I've always heard that one's really good.
Yeah.
I just finished the Deceived novel from the Old Republic.
Ooh,
Malgus is up there with Bane. That's all
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
know
say.
there was a Malgus novel. That'd be
Yeah,
freaking
it's-
sick.
I basically call it the video game novelization, pretty much, because it's
Oh, okay.
pretty much like the cinematic trailers, but the character names are changed. Like it's different character names.
Yeah.
Because I think did Star Wars I don't remember when that one came out. They both came out in like 2010, right? The Old Republic video game and
The first one was 2005.
well, that's
Or
Knights of the
6.
Old Republic.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about
You mean the MMO?
like the
Yeah, I think it
MMO World of
was.
Warcraft style one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was like 2013 or 12 or some shit like that. I'm
Yeah.
not too sure. Those animations look too good. To call it before 210.
That Deceived trailer.
Yeah.
But yeah,
One storyline that I'm really interested in that I'm kind of mad that I can't find more information are the twins. That to me are the.
I think that's
so
just the
cool.
video game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a video game, but
It was an
idea-
expansion.
yeah, the brothers.
Come on,
creating
Disney, you're
something
sitting on a giant pile of
fucking
cash.
crazy, dude.
It's like, why even hire writers? You already have it written.
It's just all they need to do is
Just bring the writers in.
make a rated R 3-movie trilogy about Old Republic, and I promise you, kids are too young to know about it, and the people who are old enough will pay for that movie or that trilogy. I honestly believe a rated R Old Republic trilogy would be a godsend to the movie industry.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Because it
There's
has to be dirty, it has to be evil, it has to be graphic, it has to be gory. You have to see limbs get thrown around.
We
People
need to
get
see that
squashed
sea
by the
of
force.
red and green and blue going at each other like Kyber's been
See,
preaching
dude,
about.
yeah.
And there's so many times they got close to doing like some like really Sithy things. Like I was just watching rewatching Obi-Wan the other day, and that whole scene where Obi-Wan realizes that Vader realizes that Obi-Wan's nearby and just starts walking down that street, just snapping everybody's neck as he goes.
The idea was so good, but the execution made Vader look like a punk doing it. I don't know. I'm gonna sound like a hater.
And they went too hard on that PTSD thing with like Obi-Wan. Like,
Yeah.
dude,
Okay,
shouldn't
so-
be this shook about it.
We're gonna share a few minutes, like a minute or two of this, because we have to share this. This is from
crowd, but Bane did his best to tune them out. They had thought the battle was over, as had Bane himself. He was disappointed that he hadn't been able to finish off his fallen opponent, but he knew victory was near. Forharg's survival had extracted a heavy toll. He was breathing in ragged gasps now, his shoulders slumping. Bane rushed Forharg again. This time, however, the McCurth didn't back away. He stepped forward with a quick thrust, switching from Form 3 to the more precise and aggressive Form 2. Bane was caught off guard by the unexpected maneuver, and was a microsecond slow in recognizing the change. His parry attempt knocked the tip of the blade away from his chest, only to have it slice across his right shoulder. The crowd gasped. Forharg howled in victory, and Bane screamed in pain as the saber slipped to the ground from his suddenly nerveless fingers. Mindlessly, Bane used his other hand to shove his opponent in the chest. Forharg reeled backward, and Bane rolled away to safety. Scrambling to his feet, Bane extended his left hand to the training saber lying on the ground 3 meters away. It sprang up and into his palm, and he once again assumed the ready position, his right arm dangling uselessly at his side. One Sith learned to fight with either hand, but Bane hadn't yet reached that advanced stage. The weapon felt awkward and clumsy as he held it. Left-handed, he was no match for Foharg. The fight was over. His opponent sensed it as well.
Defeat is bitter, human.
He growled in Basic, his voice deep and menacing.
I have bested you. You have lost.
He wasn't asking Bane to yield. Surrender was never an option. He was simply taunting him, publicly humiliating him in front of the other students.
You trained for weeks to challenge me.
Foharg continued, drawing out his mockery.
You failed. Victory is mine again.
Then come finish me! Bane snapped back. There wasn't much else he could say. Everything his enemies said in his heavily accented Basic was true, and the words cut far deeper than the blunted training saber's edge possibly could.
This ends when I choose.
The McCurth replied, refusing to be baited. The eyes of the other apprentices burned into Bane. He could feel them drinking in his suffering as they stared at him. They resented him, resented the extra attention he'd been receiving from the masters. Now, they reveled in his failure.
You are weak,
Foharg explained, casually twirling his own saber in a complex and intricate pattern.
You are predictable.
Stop it, Bane wanted to scream. End this! Finish me! But despite the emotion building up inside him, he refused to give his opponent the satisfaction of saying another word. Instead, he let the all but useless saber fall once more to the ground. In the background, he could see the Blade Master watching intently, curious to see how the confrontation would reach its inevitable end.
The Masters corset you. They give you extra time and attention. More than the others. More than me.
Bane barely even heard the words anymore. His heart was pounding so loud he could hear the blood coursing through his veins. Literally quaking with impotent rage, he lowered his head and dropped to one knee, exposing his bare neck.
Despite this, you are still my inferior. Bane of the Sith.
Bane. Something in the way Foharg said it caused Bane to glance up. It was the same way his father used to say the word. That name is mine, Bane whispered, his voice low and threatening. Nobody uses it against me. Foharg either didn't hear him or didn't care. He took a leisurely step forward.
Bane. Worthless. An insignificant nothing. The Masters wasted their time on you. Time better spent on other students. You are well named, for you truly are this Academy's Bane.
No! Bane screamed, thrusting his good hand out, palm forward, even as Foharg leapt in to finish him off. Dark side energy erupted from his open palm to catch his opponent in midair, hurling him back to the edge of the crowd where he landed at Kasim's feet. The master watched with an intrigued but wary expression. Bane slowly clenched his fist and rose to his feet. On the ground before him, Foharg was writhing in agony, clutching at his throat and gasping for breath. Unlike the McCurth, Bane had nothing to say to his helpless opponent. He squeezed his fist harder, feeling the force rushing through him like a divine wind as he crushed the life out of his foe. Foharg's heels pounded out a staccato rhythm on the temple stone roof as his body convulsed. He began to gurgle and pink froth welled up from between his lips. Enough, Bane, Kasim said in a cold, even voice. Though he stood only centimeters away from the death throes of his student, his eyes were fixed on the one still standing. A final surge of power roared up in the core of Bane's being and exploded out into the world. In response, Foharg's body went stiff and his eyes rolled back in his head. Bane released his hold on the force and his fallen enemy, and the McCurth's body went limp as the last vestiges of life ebbed away. Now it's enough.
Yeah, that. Oh man, like that's just a sample of that entire book. That's chapter 10. Like that's not even like.
That's not even the good stuff yet.
I know.
Yeah.
So good. But yeah, guys, I'm excited. I love this book. I love every time I listen to it, I used to get more and more goosebumps.
Who Drew is the author is Drew, right?
Yep, Drew
Yeah.
Karpyshyn.
Okay, let me see. I think he also made he did the Mass Effect books.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
love
I
it.
didn't know that.
Books.
The first
think he
book is
also did
called
the
Path
Revan
of
novel.
Destruction.
He also did a Baldur's Gate book. Wow. Okay, he did a Revan book. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where the name was familiar to me.
Yeah, the first book is called Path of Destruction. Such a good book, guys. Anyway, I know it's probably late for you guys out in the East Coast out there, or out east. So
It's only almost 1 in the morning.
Mhm.
that's it.
It's never too late for Star Wars.
Exactly.
Before we get out of here, I'm gonna show it off because we got it in the mail.
Oh, there it is.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually had the 2 best pulls from stream right here. We got optics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sick.
That is sick. I love it.
What pack is that from?
It's from Sapphire. It's from one of these. Oh, but he got it in a giveaway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone bought a pack on stream and was like, just give it away to someone. And Optic won that giveaway, and we opened it, and there's just a $400 card sitting inside of it.
Dang.
dude.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
But yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining Battle Packs. I appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope you start reading that book. We'd love to have you part of our book conversation.
Send me the link. I'm gonna get through the first 4 chapters right now.
Okay,
I'm on my way to
GazerForged right away.
You'll probably get through a lot more than just 4 chapters.
How many chapters is
Keep
it?
reading.
What?
How many chapters is it?
I'm looking right now. It is 31 chapters plus an epilogue.
Speaking of the Old
seem like it's
Republic,
that long.
I actually have the very rare and expensive Darth Revan minifigure.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Yeah, these were a free gift with purchase back in 2014. So you spent I forgot how much, and they gave these to you for free. Now it's $600.
Jeepers.
Optic sent me a Revan card.
Oh hell yeah!
I love that card so much.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
So yeah, GazerForged, send that to him, and we'll get BP up on the book club. So
Yeah, by next time I'm on this stream talking about books, I'm gonna know what the hell we're talking about. Watch.
So what? 20
we'll
through
meet-
30 for the next time, or 10 through 20, I guess.
11 through 20. Yeah.
11 through 20, yes.
Yes. So we'll meet again 2 weeks from today, for our next live stream, and we'll talk about chapters 11 through 20. So
Awesome.
So
all
right, guys. Thank you so much for being on here. I appreciate all of you, and may the force be with you always.
Always, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.